Buying the best blender for nut milk is important if you want to enjoy silky smooth almond milk and other nut-based creations. So I decided to research pretty much every nut milk blender on the market to find out which ones are worth buying. Just be sure to click the links in the description to check the current prices for each of these nut milk blenders. And with that said, here are the products that made the cut. My experience with the Cleanblend commercial blender has been really impressive overall. The first thing I noticed was its robust 3GP 1800 watt motor, which makes quick work of grinding nuts. This commercial standard power ensures silky, smooth nut milk with no unblended chunks, which is ideal for those seeking a professional grade end product. Similarly, one of the most convenient aspects is its multi-use design. You can replace several kitchen appliances with this single blender, which is impressive for the price. From soups to smoothies, it handles everything I throw at it. And making large batches is easy thanks to its sizable 64-ounce capacity, which is perfect when I need to prepare larger quantities of almond milk for the whole family. From a safety and durability perspective, I appreciate that it's made with BPA-free plastic and hardened stainless steel blades, which really gives the Cleanblend a premium feel. So I'm not surprised it comes with a 5-year warranty. While it's a tad bulky and can be noisy, these minor inconveniences are easily overlooked considering its ability to make delicious nut milk. Moving on to the fourth best blender for almond milk, we have the Arcmira Nut Milk Maker, which is a solid choice for those looking to create nut milk and other plant-based beverages with ease and efficiency at home. I recently tried out the Arcmira Nut Milk Maker, and I was pretty impressed with its performance considering its price point. The multiple automatic settings made it really easy to experiment with different kinds of nut milks and beverages. I especially appreciated the room temperature function for making almond milk without the soaking step, which was a big time saver. Also, the blending process is incredibly efficient thanks to those sharp 10-blade stainless steel blades. They can handle various ingredients, ensuring a smooth and consistent texture. Furthermore, the included accessories like the nut milk bag and cleaning brush were a nice bonus, facilitating an easier cleanup afterward, which I always appreciate. On the downside, the LED display could be a bit challenging to read for some people because of its small size. Additionally, the glass construction, while aesthetic and heat resistant, does make the unit somewhat heavy and a bit cumbersome to move around. But honestly, I'm nitpicking here. The Arcmira Nut Milk Maker is just about the best blender for making almond milk that you can get if you're on a budget. Up next is the Nutribullet full-size blender combo, which earns the third spot on my best nut milk blender list thanks to its combination of countertop power and portable efficiency. My experience using the Nutribullet full-size blender combo has been very positive, especially when it comes to making nut milk. This blender is powerful thanks to its 1200 watts of energy, which means it can effortlessly blend nuts into a smooth, milky consistency. The different speed settings and pulse function give you complete control to achieve the desired texture, which lets you create different kinds of nut butter with a single device. One aspect I really appreciate about this Nutribullet is its multi-serving pitcher and single-serve cups. This versatility means you can prepare a big batch or just a quick serving, depending on your needs, so you don't have to choose between a countertop blender and a portable option here. You can have both without buying two separate blenders. Also, the build quality feels top-notch with durable, BPA-free materials that are built to last, which is impressive for the price. Cleaning up is a breeze as well, since both the pitcher and cups are dishwasher safe. This feature alone saves me so much time and makes the Nutribullet far more appealing than more cumbersome blenders. Overall, while perhaps not the absolute best blender for nut milk on the market, the Nutribullet full-size blender combo still stands out for its power and user-friendly features, making it a fantastic choice for anyone wanting to make nutrient-packed nut milk without the hassle. Moving on to the second best blender to make almond milk, we have the Breville Fresh and Furious blender, which is a great option to buy today if you need a powerful and versatile blender for making the smoothest nut milks. Using the Breville Fresh and Furious blender has been a game changer in my kitchen. One touch and I get perfectly smooth nut milk every time, and it tastes so much better than the store-bought stuff. The 9-1 Touch programs are super handy as well, especially when I'm in a rush. It's also great for making green smoothies and soups, thanks to its powerful 1,100 watt motor. So it's a great all-around kitchen gadget that extends well beyond just nut milk. And I have to say, the unique hemisphere design really evens out the blending, so I don't have to worry about unblended chunks in my nut milk. It even crushes ice into snow with ease, which makes for some refreshing smoothies, I have to say. The 50-ounce BPA-free Triton jug is big enough for batch prepping, which saves me time during my hectic nut milk making mornings. One feature I really appreciate is the convenient LCD display. It gives me real-time information on speed and time, which is pretty cool. Plus, the Breville Assist lid makes removing the lid a breeze, even when my hands are wet. If you're considering an upgrade, the Breville Fresh and Furious blender is worth every penny. In my opinion, it's just about the best blender for almond milk that you can get unless you're prepared to spend big. So, what is the best blender for nut milk available? For me, the Vitamix Propel 510 is a superb choice for anyone looking to make silky smooth nut milk effortlessly with professional grade convenience. Although it's on the pricey side, I really think it's the best blender for making almond milk that you can get your hands on. I recently had the chance to use the Vitamix Propel 510 blender, and I must say, it made my nut milk preparation so much easier. The 48-ounce container is just the right size for both small and mid-sized batches. This is a real game changer if you like to switch between single servings or preparing a pitcher for the week. Outside of making nut milk, one of my favorite features is the 3 preset programs for smoothies, hot soup, and frozen desserts. This allows you to blend consistently every time without keeping an eye on the blender. With the Vitamix, there's a set it and forget it ease that makes those busy mornings less hectic. Best of all, for making nut milk, the blending power is seriously impressive, breaking down nuts into a smooth, creamy milk without any leftover chunks, which I honestly actually expected having tested other Vitamix machines in the past. Also, it's super user-friendly, and cleaning up is a breeze with its self-cleaning mode. Just a drop of dish soap and warm water, and the machine cleans itself in under 60 seconds. It gets the job done beautifully and saves me a ton of time. So those are the best blenders for nut milk on the market today. Although I have my personal favorites, you can't go wrong with any of these products. Let me know in the comments which nut milk blender is your favorite. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, and if you really enjoyed it, maybe even consider subscribing as well. Thanks for watching, and have fun with your new blender.